Why do I give of myself so freely and yet get rejected so often?
It feels that way to you at the moment, but let's look at what's actually happening. Our will to receive is a cunning force. It's always doing things with the thought of the best possible outcome for me. In the physical world, the world of egoistic desires, it's impossible to give solely with the thought of another person's benefit. Even in the most apparently altruistic outward actions, we're always operated by the principle of receiving only for self-satisfaction. Now, Kabbalah tells us that there are 4 possible modes of interaction with the single force in the universe that works in the form of either bestowal or reception. Receiving for the sake of receiving. This is an unconscious state where a person has no awareness that they're constantly calculating only for themselves. And most of us spend the majority of our time in this state because the whole universe, including our level of existence, is made from this primary desire. Nothing could survive without the will to receive, and everything that we perceive around us is made from this and nothing else. The next mode, giving for the sake of receiving, is a new calculation based on seeking pleasure from apparently giving to others. This is how our society functions, with its laws and its customs of interaction. It's also an unconscious degree of reception because the true intention behind the giving isn't revealed to the person. It appears as if I'm giving to others, but in fact, I'm only trying to get more pleasure. I want something back from my giving. Fame, acknowledgement, love, a favor down the road, or peace in society. And this is how we make our mutual agreements. But all of the actions that I take in this world, including giving to others, are based in receiving because it feels good for me to give. Now, above our physical world, there is the spiritual world, which is totally concealed from us. The first inkling we can have of that world is when there's a restriction on the nature of reception created by a masach, or a screen, which is the appearance of an actual intention to bestow. That's the first degree above our world. Giving for the sake of giving. Here the intention to give is pure, though tiny. The inner intention of giving is independent of any calculation of the will to receive. Here there's no intention of self-benefit, no good feeling, no wish for society to live in peace just so it'll make my life easier, no gain in social stature, no increase in self-esteem, nothing for myself at all. Now who can say without any self-delusion that they've ever really done this? This form of bestowal never brings any kind of pain to the giver because there's no desire to receive anything, so you can't be empty, and therefore you can't suffer. This degree seems impossible to achieve on our own, because it is. Our nature is one of total reception and can do nothing but calculate for self-benefit. This degree is achieved internally by assistance from a higher level that creates this restriction on our will to receive as a response to our heartfelt desire to reach just that. Last and the most exalted degree that we can attain is receiving for the sake of bestowing. In this spiritual degree, a person calculates how much pleasure to receive, but only thinking about how it will please the giver of the pleasure, the creator. And this is in fact the very thought behind creation, to receive everything that the creator wants to give, which is endless delight. So the sensation of pleasure from reception is amplified by the pleasure created by not thinking about self, but only how it fulfills the creator's desire to give. And this eternal state the Kabbalists call the endless world, or Ein Sof. Now this all sounds very simple, but it's not very easy unless a person has a strong desire to reach this state above their nature. But with it, the drive for spirituality will become the dominating force in the human heart.